We need to reevaluate.
Because it was snowing so hard.
A regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the McAllen Independent School District will be held Monday, March 18th, 2024, beginning at 5 p.m. in the boardroom of the Administration Building of the McAllen Independent School District located at 2000 North 23rd Street in McAllen. Items listed on this agenda may be taken in an order other than as shown on this agenda. Unless removed from the consent agenda, items identified within the consent agenda will be acted on at one time. At this meeting, there may be discussion and action by the board on the items and subjects listed as follows. Item 1, call the meeting to order. I have done so at 5 p.m. I'd like to let the trustees know that 4 items have been pulled from this agenda. Item 10C1, 10C2, 10C3, and 10D4 have been pulled. We will now move on to item number 2, a moment of silence. We will now move on to item 3, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4, public comments.
Here are the public comment procedures. Number 1, individuals who wish to participate during the portion of the meeting designated for public comment shall sign up at McAllenISD.org at least 1 hour prior to the start of the scheduled meeting. Number 2, an individual's comments to the board shall not exceed 2 minutes per meeting. Number 3, the board shall not tolerate disruption of the meeting by members of the audience. Thank you.
Información a personas para comentarios públicos. Número 1. Las personas que deseen participar durante la parte de la reunión designada por comentarios públicos deberán registrarse en McAllenISD.org al menos 1 hora antes del inicio de la reunión programada. Número 2. Los comentarios de un individuo a la Junta no excederán de 2 minutos por reunión. Y por último, número 3. La Junta no tolerará la perturbación de la reunión por parte de los miembros del público asistente. Gracias.
Thank you. Okay, we have 2 people that have signed up this evening. The first speaker is Ms. Celeste Lopez. Ms. Lopez, you'll have 2 minutes. You've been here before. You know how we go.
Yeah.
I will not interrupt you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As mentioned, my name is Celeste Lopez. My students call me Librarian Lopez or sometimes just Library. And I'm here on behalf of Mrs. Dennett, a fellow colleague and librarian of mine. She wasn't able to attend, so I'm reading comments on her behalf. Instructional core. As a board member noted, instructional core is the most vital part of a successful learning community. Librarians make up an intricate and essential part of that core for students across our entire school district. When COVID hit, librarians were deemed essential, and our students had access to us online and in person at drive-thrus at our campuses. When hotspots arrived, we went to receive them and pass them out, making sure that our most vulnerable populations had equitable internet access across our district. There was no obstacle stopping us from helping our students to be successful, no matter the risk. The proposal of removing full-time librarians at campuses that have lower enrollment will prove to be a costly mistake and a terrible injustice for the students at our campuses. There are students who may only hear read-alouds during library time, or who look forward to the accessibility of books in their library, or who are just eager to discuss their AR points with their librarian and reading goals they have set for themselves. I speak to you on behalf of those students, the ones who have a single parent trying to make ends meet, or the students who struggle academically, and for the students who have a lasting love for their librarian. I speak on behalf of my son who adores his and could potentially be affected by this at his current campus. As I was moved from my current librarian position seemingly overnight, The thought of telling him and many, many other MISD students that they will lose theirs too is heartbreaking and unjust. Every McAllen ISD student should have full-time access to a certified master's degree librarian who serves their campus and students regardless of campus enrollment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. Our second speaker is Deborah Ramirez Rubio.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Deborah Ramirez Rubio. I'm the librarian at Cathy Middle School. I'm also the lead librarian for the district. In the heart of our educational system, there exists a group of unsung heroes. They're librarians. These individuals tirelessly weave the tapestry of knowledge that empowers young minds to soar beyond their circumstances. Yet as we stand at this critical juncture, contemplating the dire consequences of eliminating full-time librarians from our poorest schools, we must acknowledge the profound impact of their absence. It's not just about access to books. It's about bridging the chasm of educational inequality. Our most financially challenged schools, librarians play a vital, pivotal role in providing opportunities and refuge for students striving to overcome limitations imposed by their background. The decision to eliminate full-time librarians sends a distressing message, echoing far beyond the school walls. It speaks of a society willing to sacrifice a fundamental pillar of education, leaving our most vulnerable students adrift in a sea of ignorance. What example are we setting? Are we not perpetrating a cycle of inequality that contradicts our democratic ideals? As one administrator once asked me, "What is your why?" I ask all of you, what is your why? Why are you here? Librarians are not expendable. They are educational custodians fostering an environment where dreams take flight regardless of the student's background. To deny your children, particularly those in the underserved communities, the guidance of a full-time librarian is to deny them the fighting chance to break free of the shackles of their circumstance. The true measure of our society's commitment to equality lies in the dedication to providing every child, every single child, 22,000 of them in McAllen, the opportunity to navigate through the boundless seas of education through the tools that librarians provide. MISD librarians have time and time again answered the call during COVID. While you were confined to your homes, we were the essential workers providing curbside assistance to ensure instruction continued. When I ask this of you, I implore you to answer our calls as we have answered yours. Stand with us in preserving the vital role of librarians in our educational system. Let us ensure that every child, regardless of their circumstance, has access to the resources that McAllen ISD has. Our children deserve nothing less. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rubio. That concludes our public comments. We are now at item 5, Superintendent Report. 5A, Super Excellence Episode 3 on Facilities, Maintenance, and Operations. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, recently we produced a new episode for our Super Excellence series. This episode focuses on what goes behind the scenes with our Facilities, Maintenance, and Operations Department. Can you go ahead and play the video now?
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rene Gutierrez, Superintendent of the McAllen Independent School District, and today we are visiting the Facilities, Maintenance, and Operations Department. I'm here with our Executive Director for Facilities, Maintenance, and Operations, Mr. Ruben Trevino. Mr. Trevino, can you tell me about your department and just give us an overview of what this department is doing for McAllen ISD and for all the kids and the staff?
Thank you, Dr. Gutierrez. Our Facilities Maintenance and Operations Department here at McAllen ISD consists of approximately 268 employees. We oversee everything from the cleanliness of our buildings with our custodial staff. We also oversee our warehouse, disposals, deliveries on a daily basis, and setups as well that are requested by the different campuses. And we also oversee all of the maintenance that's being done on all of our facilities district-wide. Our goal and our mission here at Facilities, Maintenance, and Operations is to be able to provide clean, safe, conducive environments for our students to be able to learn on a daily basis. Currently, right now, as you can see, they're sanding some moldings for some shelving for some of our campuses that request the shelving, and also some cabinet work that goes into some office spaces.
You get requests or work orders from all over the district?
Through our work order system, we get work orders from all of our different campuses and departments as well. And when we categorize them, and then we take a look at them, and we categorize them and go by priority. This is our loading dock area. This is once our cabinets are manufactured inside our facility, or any materials or any raw materials that come in to be processed. This is where the delivery and the loading takes place. As you can see, one of our FMO vehicles is ready to get loaded here. And this is from here we take off to our campuses.
Okay. So all your maintenance vehicles come through here to
load and unload.
Load and unload supplies, materials, and then go to the job sites from
Correct,
here.
yes.
Okay. But this area is mainly to repair it, and they fix it up here?
Correct, Dr. Gutierrez. This shop here is our general maintenance shop, where we have anywhere from our grinders to our welders, to our acetylene oxygen cutting, and our gentlemen here in the general maintenance department perform tasks anywhere from pouring concrete to repairing any custodial carts or any carts that are used for a warehouse for deliveries, and we also repair some of our trucks and trailers as well.
This must be your warehouse where you keep all the inventory and all the supplies as they come in?
That is correct, sir. Here we house anything from our pallets of paper to distribute to our campuses district-wide. As you can see, to some monitors here that are probably going to one of our campuses, along with all the other supplies that the district requires and needs.
We've seen a lot already, but are there any major projects that your department is working out there in our district?
Yes, sir. Currently, our Facilities Maintenance and Operations Department here in the district also oversees our major construction projects, and those are done through our architects and our engineers that we currently have working for the district. One of our biggest projects right now is our UTRGV McAllen ISD Collegiate Academy. It's a 65,000 square foot building, 2 stories. The budget, the contract amount on that is $23.4 million. We also currently have our press box at our McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, which is nearly complete as well.
It's very important that we have quality facilities, very important that we have our classrooms with air conditioner, our restrooms, that they're working, our schools are clean, and that we continue to improve in our facilities. And Mr. Trevino and his department are making sure that we have quality buildings, quality schools, and quality departments and facilities throughout McAllen ISD for the benefit of our kids and our staff.
Thank you so much. That was very informational, very informative. We're at 5B, open house held at elementary and middle schools. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, we held open house across the district during Texas Public Schools Week in late February. Many parents came by to visit our teachers in the schools. So we also have a video of these experiences during the visits for our open house. Go ahead and play the video.
Very nice. We're now at item 6, recognitions. There are none. We're at item 7. If I could have a motion to approve items 7A and 7B. And then
So moved, Madam President.
it's It's been moved by trustee Saldivar and second by trustee Regalado to approve the proclamation regarding National Cerebral Palsy Awareness and to approve the proclamation regarding Gifted and Talented Awareness Week. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. So we're at item 7A, discussion and possible action to adopt the proclamation regarding National Cerebral Palsy Awareness in March 2024. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, March has been designated Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. McAllen ISD communicates the importance of awareness of individuals with cerebral palsy. Mr. Mark May, Director of Marketing and Communications, will introduce our guest, and trustee Ms. Lucia Regalado, our board member, will read the proclamation, and administration has already recommended action on this item.
Go ahead. Okay. Whereas March is National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, cerebral palsy is a neurological condition that affects muscle function and control. Currently, worldwide, there are approximately 17 million people living with cerebral palsy. It is a lifelong condition to which there is no cure. And whereas the Cerebral Palsy Organization was formed to ensure equal rights, accessibility, and opportunities for those living with cerebral palsy, as well as access to resources that would improve an individual's quality of life. Now, therefore, I, Lucia Regalado, Member, Board of Trustees of the McAllen Independent School District, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2024 as National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of McAllen Independent School District to be affixed on this 18th day of March 2024. Signed, Lucia Regalado.
All right, we're going to start with our first student here from Seguin, Marcy Quintanilla. And she is joined by our coordinator for special education, Carla Barnett Bermea. And our next student, also from Seguin, Jaden Amato. And accompanying him is special education coordinator, Leonel Ramirez. Our next student is Belen Ceres from Morris Middle School. We also have Dr. Maria Acosta, our special education coordinator. And then we have from Mackay, Kesai Oliva Ledesma Cruz. And next we have a former student who is now a staff member at our Strides program. This is Jay Gully. Also have our director for the Regional Day School Program for the Deaf, Lisa Lara. And our executive director for Special Education Services, Maribel Elizondo. And we'll be taking a photo. And Terrence, you can take pictures too if you like. Thank you all so much. It is streaming.
Thanks for visiting, Dave.
We're ready for Gifted and Talented Awareness Week.
This is a proclamation, McAllen ISD, State of Texas, County of Hidalgo. Whereas McAllen ISD strives to provide intellectual and academic opportunities for gifted and talented students to maximize their potential through collaboration, innovation, and problem solving, while supporting their unique social emotional needs. And whereas Gifted Education Week is a time to reflect on how gifted students are identified and served in McAllen ISD. Delivering an equitable education for all our children includes identifying all students who would benefit from the gifted programs and services. And now, therefore, I, Sam Saldivar Jr., Vice President of the Board of Trustees, do hereby proclaim the week of April 1st through the 5th, 2024, to be observed as Gifted and Talented Awareness Week. All citizens are urged to take interest in and give full support to quality school gifted and talented programs for children and youth. In witness thereof, we, the McAllen Board of Trustees, do affix this seal on the 18th day of March, 2024, and it's attested by our Board Secretary, Sofia Mercedes Peña. Thank you.
All right, let's start with our first student from Hendricks Elementary, Emma Mendoza. Next up from Pettis Elementary, Freddie Loretta. From Pettis Elementary, John Trevino. Also from Pettis, Emma Trevino. And from Fossum Middle School, Levira Lozano. From Morris Middle School, Teresa Macias. From McAllen High, Dylan Kelly. Also from Mac High, Jerry Villarreal. And from Achieve Early College, Jimena Ortiz. And the Advanced Academics Coordinator, Alexandra Gonzalez. And our Director of Advanced Academics, Ms. Karen Nidge.
Sound like on the edge of the. Let's get the taller one is down.
Parents are welcome to take pictures as well.
Big smile with the camera on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Actually, one more. 1, 2. And one more. Perfect.
Moms and dads.
Okay, we're now at item 8, donations. There are none. We're at item 9, consent agendas, 9A through 9J.
There's no objection, Madam President. I move to approve the consent agendas 9A to 9J.
It's been moved by trustee Saldivar and seconded by trustee DeVetta to approve 9A through 9J in the consent agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. We're at item 10, instructional services, instructional leadership, human resources, business and operations, and board of trustee items. 10A, instructional services items. 10A1, discussion and possible action on contract training agreement number 2024-309 Cyber Patriot Camps with South Texas College. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, this agreement provides an opportunity for select students to attend Cyber Patriot camps offered by South Texas College. Ms. Nitch will be here if there's any questions.
Is there a presentation or is there just an action item? No presentation?
No.
What say you, board?
Move to approve.
Second. It's been moved by trustee Peña, second by trustee De La Garza. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 10A2, discussion and possible action on early termination of interlocal agreement number 2021-194, educational experience affiliation agreement with the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. Dr. Gutierrez.
Administration is requesting approval to terminate educational experience affiliation agreement with the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. If there's any questions, Ms. Laura Williams will be available for any questions the board may have.
Just to clarify, Madam Mr. President, we're approving or another action regarding replacement of a prior agreement, which was 2023-105 with 2021-194. That's what's really taking place. But the previous one, we have to terminate that in order to continue forward with the most recent agreement. Correct. So we're still continuing the relationship. It's just a different agreement that we have.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Peña, second by trustee De La Garza. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10B, instructional leadership items. There are none. 10C, 10C1 has been pulled. 10C2 has been pulled. 10C3 has been pulled. 10D, business and operations. 10D1, discussion and possible action of the McAllen Independent School District February budget amendment for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2023 and ending June 30, 2024. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, administration is recommending the approval of the February 2024 budget amendment for this school year of 23-24. And we're recommending action on this item.
As reviewing it, Madam President, I move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Saldivar, second by trustee Rivera. Any further discussion? Does anybody require a presentation?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10D2, report regarding 2023-2025 school safety standards formula grant and 2023-2025 safety and securities facilities enhancement grant, cycle 1 and update. Dr. Gutierrez.
This is an update regarding the following two safety grants for 2023 through 2025 safety facilities enhancement, grant cycle 1, and for 2022 through 2025 school safety standards formula grant. This is for informational purposes only, and there's a presentation on this. Go ahead, Ms. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Gutierrez, and good afternoon, Dr. Gutierrez and Board of Trustees. I am here to provide an update where we are currently at with our two safety grants, the 23-25 Safety Standards Formula Grant, and then the 23-25 Safe Grant Cycle 1, and then also provide information regarding a grant opportunity for the Safe Cycle 2. The purpose of each one of these grants is for our district to become in compliance with the safety standards rule and with Chapter 61. It is available to school districts across the state of Texas. With our 22-25 safety standards formula grant, we currently have an allocation of $913,386. We were able to have pre-award dated back to June 1st of 22. The grant start date is from 6/1/22 through 4/30/25. Here, the next slide, you can see our expenditures to date for each one of the specific areas, our budget line items for contracted services, supplies and materials, capital outlay. And we've spent approximately about 400 to 500,000, have a little less than 600,000 in this grant to expend. Going on to our next grant, our Safe Cycle 1 grant. This is our most recent grant that we did receive our NOGA about 3 weeks ago, and the allocation received is $3,460,752. And the begin date for this grant cycle was 12/1/23 through the end date of 7/31/25. On the next slide, you will see the various breakdowns for our budget line items. As you can see here, we have not expended any budget for the Safe Cycle 1 because we did just receive the notice of grant award for this grant. And then the next grant opportunity that we attended a webinar right before we left for spring break will be a grant opportunity to, again, come in compliance with the Safety Standards Rule, Chapter 61. We do not know our allocation that the district will receive at this point in time, but the minimum would be at least $150,000, and it will be based upon our PEMS data for the 23 school year for enrollment. The next slide just shows an overview of each one of these 3 grants, and we must expend all of the monies in the 22-25 Safety Standards Formula Grant first. Then we can move on to Safe Cycle 1, and if we are awarded Safe Cycle 2, then we will move on to that. The allowable uses that you see before you on this slide are for all 3 grants. This will bring fence up to the 6-foot non-scalable at all of our campuses, repairing any exterior doors that needed to be repaired, glass exterior doors that are not within the secured area. That is our safety security film that we have entered into contract with our current vendor, and we will start that process of outfitting all of our campuses with the safety film. The SPAC, the Silent Panic Alert technology, we had our SPAC grant for that. Other required components that we can utilize these 3 grants, or 2 if we do get the Safe Cycle grant, the exterior door numbering, the secure master lockbox. Once we come into compliance with all of these areas here, then we can utilize the monies for other security measures across the district. That can be anywhere from the 2-way radio systems, the repeater systems, or other various security measures that we can utilize once we become compliant with the safety standards, which we have until August of 24 to do that. Yes, these grants will extend to 25, but we must be compliant by August of 24 with all of the safety standards and the Chapter 61. The next slide basically shows our timeline for each one of the 3 grants. Again, extending into 25, but if you see at the very bottom, we must be compliant by the August 24 deadline. And then that concludes my update of our 2 safety grants and the potential for the Safe Cycle 2 grant. Any questions?
On the ones that are, if you go back one slide, whoever's got that for you. That one, on that slide, Cycle 2. On the schools, are any of these going to be continuing? We just don't know this from the state yet. Other than, I know that it's Cycle 1, Cycle 2. Do we know if they anticipate, or do we anticipate a Cycle 3? Or anything else?
Nothing at this point in time, only up through the Cycle 2 grant.
So once we're compliant with, go to the slide prior to that, once we're compliant with all of these, do we anticipate, I mean, I'm sure that they kind of priced them out. Do you anticipate that we're going to have any extra money for anything else? Or are we really true to the items that are listed on there?
Based upon current expenditures and contracts that we've entered into, I do anticipate that we will be able to get into like the radio system, the repeater system, things of that nature, because some of, like our safety film, came in way under what we imagined. So I do anticipate we'll be able to get into the other items besides just becoming compliant.
Great. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate the information and all the hard work.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Trustee De La Garza.
Based on the deadline, completion deadline of 8/24, are we on track or ahead or close?
We will meet compliance by August of 24.
Okay. Thank you.
Trustee Saldivar.
Thank you, Madam President. And all this information is being coordinated through our District Safety and Security Committee. So that committee's working out all the details, and those of us that wish to attend, we just need to notify our board president, or we can get updated during our closed session. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
One more question.
Erica has a question.
Trustee De La Garza.
Going back to my question, is there anything you need from us to ensure that we get to completion by August 24th?
No, ma'am. We have an individual outside of the safety and security meeting that's held in closed session. We also have a security meeting that we meet once a week so that we ensure we will meet that August 24th. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Gutierrez.
I just have a comment. I wanted this item on the agenda because I wanted to make sure that the community knows that we are investing in safety and security. Fortunately, that Ms. Williams and the staff have been working on writing grants, and if you add up those 2 grants and possibly the third one, is $4.5 million that we're investing in safety and security in our facilities throughout the district. This is in addition to everything that we invest already in our police department with all our officers and the equipment that they have, the vehicles. That's in addition to the investment that we already have locally with our local funds, and then to have about $4.5 million in addition of grant money just for safety and security. It's just an assurance to the community, to the parents and everyone that we're investing in safety and of our facilities and of our kids and staff. And this is why I wanted to have this item, because grants is making it possible, since all our funding is on hold from the state level, and there's supposed to be a lot of money there at the state level for safety and security, but they haven't released that money. Fortunately, through these grants, we continue to move ahead and move forward with safety and security.
Excellent. Good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Gutierrez. Item
Thank you.
10D3, discussion and possible action to approve change order number 1 to contract number 2024-255 McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium fiber installation operations at the new press box through competitive sealed proposal number 2024-1016. Dr. Gutierrez.
Administration is requesting approval to extend dates for substantial completion and final completion on this contract. If there are any questions, Mr. Trevino is here. He's available for any questions you may have, and we are recommending action on this item. And I believe that what they're asking for is 10 additional days for this project.
Yes, sir. Having reviewed the request by administration, I move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Saldivar and second by Trustee Rivera. Any further discussion or questions? So to be clear, the dollar amount has not changed. It's just the date. It's just 10 extra days, but there's no budget amendment here. The original contract's $141,000. It stays that way.
It's extending the timeline.
Okay. Okay, so it's been moved by Trustee Saldivar, second by Trustee Rivera. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 10D4 has been pulled. Item 10D5, discussion and possible action on request for proposal number 2024-1009E, rate year 2024, school bus Wi-Fi. Dr. Gutierrez.
Administration solicited proposals for school bus Wi-Fi equipment and services, and we are recommending action on this item, and Ms. Judith Escamilla is here if there are any questions on this item.
It's a three-part motion.
Is there any, would the board members, does anyone require any discussion or any presentation?
It's just a standard renewal of our E-rate grant, right?
Yes, and this is through E-rate,
Yeah,
which is another kind of like a grant.
it's a grant.
Madam President, if I may, I move that we approve the ranking of request for proposals number 2024-1009, E-rate year 2024 for school bus Wi-Fi for the terms of 3 years with the option to extend for 2 additional 1-year terms.
I'll second that. It's been moved by trustee Saldivar and second by trustee Aliceda to approve the ranking of requests for proposals number 2024-1009, E-rate year 2024, school bus Wi-Fi for a term of 3 years with the option to extend for 2 additional 1-year terms. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Somebody else want to take that?
Madam President, I move that the board approve that the administration begin negotiations with the highest ranked firm. If the district is unable to negotiate a satisfactory contract with the selected firm, the district shall formally and in writing end negotiations with that firm and proceed to hire the next firm in the order of the selection ranking until a contract is reached or all submittals are rejected.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Regalado, second by trustee Peña to approve the administration begin negotiations with the highest ranked firm. If the district is unable to negotiate a satisfactory contract with the selected firm, the district shall formally and in writing in negotiations with that firm and proceed to the next firm in the order of the selection ranking until a contract is reached for all submittals are rejected. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Madam President, I move that we authorize the superintendent to execute a contract and related contract documents once contract negotiations have been successfully achieved.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Regalado, second by trustee Rivera to authorize the superintendent to execute a contract and related contract documents once contract negotiations have been successfully achieved. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10D6, discussion and possible action on request for proposal number 2024-1019, E-rate year 2024, purchase of rack mountable uninterruptible power supply. Dr. Gutierrez.
Administration solicited proposals for the purchase of rack-mountable uninterruptible power supply equipment. We are recommending action on this item, and also Ms. Judith Escamilla is here if there are any questions on this item.
I move to approve, Madam President.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Peña and second by trustee Kittleman that, let's see, what is the action that administration is,
It's right here if you want to.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong page.
There you go.
That administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve request for proposal number 2024-1019 E-rate year 2024, purchase of the rack mountable uninterruptible power supply and award NetSync Network Solutions in the amount of $240,840. All in favor? Thank you. All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10D7, discussion and possible action on third amendment to agreement number 2021-224, Foremost Telecommunications Corporation through request for proposal number 2021-1004.
Administration is also recommending the approval of this amendment. And again, Mrs. Camilla is available for any questions on this item.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Kittleman and second by, was it trustee Peña? By trustee Peña, that we approve the third amendment to the agreement number 2021-224 of the Foremost Telecommunication Corporation through request for proposal 2021-1004 through June 30, 2032.
Whoa.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 10DE, Board of Trustee items. The 10DE1, approval of Board of Education meeting minutes. This is for action this evening for the special board meeting of March 4th, 2024, and the special board meeting of March 4th, 2024, at the 4 p.m. and the 5 p.m.
Second.
Chair, I move to approve.
It's
Second.
been moved by trustee De La Garza, second by trustee Peña. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10E2, the election of the Board of Directors for Region 1 Education Service Center. This is, let me get to my proper page in our packet. One moment. Sorry, I have to go through the minutes here. What page is it? It's page 393.
This is for the Region 1.
I'll go ahead and pass out. This is, let's see, there's 3 ballots that way. And here's the 4 ballots going that way. According to the Board of Education regulations, school trustees must elect the Board of Directors of Regional Education Service Centers. Each school trustee in the region receives 1 vote per vacancy on the board. 7 official ballots have been provided by Region 1. Deadline to submit the official ballots is Friday, April 5th, 2024. The candidates appear on the official ballot as follows. For Hidalgo County, place 4, Sonia A. Falcon and Homero Garcia. For Brooks County and Willacy County, place 7, Raul R. Chapa and Nora de la Paz Ruiz. It is recommended that the individual board members cast their ballots provided by the Region 1 Education Service Center and then turn them into our board secretary, Trustee Peña.
You don't have to always do. These are open, they're subject to open records.
You got 'em?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's not required.
Is it required that we announce
The vote?
the votes here, and we just turn in our ballots?
Just turn it
Okay,
in.
so we're on to the next item.
That's what we
Item
do.
11, recess to closed session. The Board of Trustees may go into closed session pursuant to sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, 551.076, and 551.089 of the Texas Government Code to discuss the following: discussion of human resources recommendations for the school year 23-24, discussion of human resources employee resignations and retirees for school year 23-24, discussion regarding school safety and security, pending and/or potential litigation, and possible real estate acquisition. At 5:45 p.m., the Board of Trustees will go into closed session. It is 7:50 p.m. and we are reconvening in open session. We are bringing back item number 10C1, discussion and possible action of job description for instructional support facilitator. Dr. Gutierrez.
Administration is requesting that the Board of Trustees approve the job description for instructional support facilitator, and we're recommending action on this item.
Madam President, I move to approve the job description as presented by the administration and outlined, with the exception of one amendment, which would be for the Texas Middle Management or other appropriate certificate, changing that from required to preferred.
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Saldivar and second by Trustee Rivera to amend the job description with the exception of the Texas Middle Management from required to preferred. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10C2, discussion and possible action of job description for Executive Director for Human Resources. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, administration is requesting that the Board of Trustees approve the job description for Executive Director for Human Resources, as we discussed in closed session.
Madam President, I move that the Board of Trustees approve the job description for the Executive Director for Human Resources as submitted by administration.
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Saldivar and second by Trustee De La Garza to approve the new job description for the Executive Director for Human Resources. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 10C3, discussion and possible action of job description for registered dietitian. Dr. Gutierrez.
Administration is requesting that the Board of Trustees approve the job description for registered dietitian, as we discussed in closed session.
Madam President, I move that the Board of Trustees approve the job description for registered dietitian as submitted by administration.
It's been moved by Trustee Saldivar and second by Trustee Peña to approve the job description for a registered dietitian. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. We're at item 13, action of items in closed session. 13A, discussion and possible action of Human Resources recommendations for the school year 23-24. Dr. Gutierrez.
Human Resources submitted a list of recommendations for the 23-24 school year under separate cover that were discussed during closed session. We're recommending action on this item.
This is for action this evening, Board.
Madam President, I move that we approve the recommendations submitted by administration.
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Saldivar and second by Trustee Rivera to approve the recommendations. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 13B, discussion of Human Resources, employee resignations, and retirees for school year 23-24. Dr. Gutierrez.
Human Resources submitted a list of resignations and retirees for the 23-24 school year on a separate covered page, and this item was for information purposes only.
Item 13C, discussion regarding school safety and security. There was none. Item 13D, pending and/or potential litigation. Mr. Ball?
Proceed as directed.
Thank you so much. Item 13E, possible real estate acquisition. There was none. Item 14, schedule of future meetings. 14A, special board meeting of student recognitions is over at Mac High, Monday the 25th at 5:30 p.m. 14B, special board meeting and board budget workshop will be held Tuesday, March 26th at 5 p.m. 14C, a regular board meeting will be held April 8th at 5 p.m. 14D, a special board meeting and budget workshop will be held April 15th at 5 p.m. And 14E, a regular board meeting will be held April 22nd at 5 p.m. We're at item number 15, adjournment.
So move, Madam President, that we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Saldivar and second by Trustee Regalado to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 7-0. We are adjourned at 7:53 p.m.